Hey everyone, this is Sky, and I just wanted to come on today and give you guys a verbal reminder that I am doing a live premiere of the Saturn in Astrology video that I've been working on for a long time on November 20th. I'm also really excited to announce that November 20th will start back a season of Friday live premieres like we were doing earlier this year. So every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, I will be here on YouTube live premiering an exciting video. And that season will be going until right after the new year of 2021 for sure. And when we'll see how it's doing and deciding if we want to go longer than that. But for sure, until the new year, I will be here every week, every Friday, doing live premieres. And also, today is the last day of the free join promotion over on Patreon. So yesterday and today, November 14th and 15th respectively, I have been offering a free first month's membership over on Patreon. And the way that works is you just sign up for it and it is automatically issued a refund for your first month. And it's a great way to get a trial period for the Patreon page. And that will be ending at the end of today at midnight Pacific time. The promotional period will end. So be sure to jump over to Patreon and get that first month free over there. I'm so excited to be crafting content for everyone. The Patreon page is really good. If you didn't see yesterday, I posted a snippet of TChat 40. I do weekly forecasts over there where I talk about the week ahead. I also release the general readings early and ad-free. And I do extended readings also. And for the 1 monthly membership, you get access to all of that. There are also a few higher tiers where you can get even more bonus content. But I try to make sure that even the lowest tier has a huge amount of return for those of you who are kind enough to support the channel and these efforts. So yes, if you would like to sign up for the Patreon page, it will be the first link in the description box. You can also click in the top right-hand corner and it will show a card for the Patreon page, and it will be linked at the end of the video as well. So anyway, let's get on to today's topic. So I did want to speak just briefly about the November 18th Capricorn stellium that we're having. I talked briefly also about it in TChat 40 over on Patreon, but it was kind of just, it kind of came in and I saw it as I was looking through the daily transits, and I decided that as immense as that transit and stellium is, I wanted to make a specific video on YouTube about it as well. So on November 18th, we have the moon, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto conjunct in Capricorn. This is very reminiscent of some of the messages that I was talking about in the Last Moments video, which I'll also link below and in the top right-hand corner if you would like to catch up. And that video was just one of the best this year, I think. I was so happy with how it turned out. But yes, we are moving from like the last moments to the very final moments. And as I was talking about with the new moon in Scorpio also, it was kind of like the new initiation of the true final moments of this really heavy Capricorn transit that we've been having this entire year. And I mean, look around, the proof is all around us with, all of this political unrest, with all of the, limitations and regulations and feeling of lack, feeling of economic burden, feeling of, contraction everywhere. It is prevalent. I mean, it's times like these that really prove astrology, isn't it? When we have such a dense stellium in Capricorn, so rare. That Saturn-Pluto conjunction hasn't happened in 500 years. It's probably been millennia since it was Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all together in Capricorn, and then adding the moon also on this day of November 18th, I would say that this day of November 18th, something will happen somewhere that absolutely changes the course of civilization. There's definitely a sense of reformation, a sense of regulation, a sense of higher control gained perhaps by a select few that does really completely alter dramatically the course of civilization, as this also happened 500 years ago during the Protestant Reformation in Europe. This same transit, just Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn conjunct, was happening. We didn't even have Jupiter adding to it back then. which obviously definitely changed the course of civilization also. I would personally argue that the Protestant Reformation of the 1500s was ultimately the death blow to monarchy as a system of government. So it's interesting to think about the transformation of governments also with the Pluto conjunct Saturn, as Pluto is the representative planet of transformation, Saturn being the representative planet of governments and control. So there's a huge, I mean, it makes sense, we're in like an election year, all of that. And I'm not here to make political statements, but what is just noticeable at an astrological level is that there's a pattern of reformation, there's a pattern of civil unrest, there's a pattern of drastic, shocking change, and how we also stand behind certain power complexes, how we also stand behind, even more at a more personal level, the people of our lives, or the people around us, like who has found favor, who has, kind of gotten more of a sense of power around us, is also important to see right now too. Because of course, yes, we can see this at the macro level, but I think that it's also really important to see it at the micro level, at the personal level, at the individual level, and understand how our own controlling tendencies might be up for a big change, how our own self-governance might be up for a total re-implementation as well. Because I think that if we're thinking at like the level of quantum physics and how the individual relates to the collective, we do have to think about how maybe a rejection of our own personal sense of self-control might lead to an overarching, more collective, more populous government over control, for those of us who are concerned about that. So I think that we can always look inside, and I think that we can always make individual choices and momentum as there is a collective consciousness, and as a species, we all actually do share in a certain momentum. I mean, you can see this throughout history all the time. Even before there was connection between different continents, in history, you see a congruency in the way that different civilizations were evolving without being connected with one another. So to me, that proves a sense of human collective consciousness. And that is really going to become really front and center as we move into December and we get the incredible Jupiter-Saturn conjunct in Aquarius, which definitely hit the subscribe button below because that video is going to blow you guys away. I think it's going to be a really good one. And I already feel these messages coming in to be sort of representative of that transitional phase as we move from this really strong Capricorn energy into the Aquarian energy, which is about fixating and identifying the collective consciousness, about working with it, and about teamwork and alchemy, recipes, all of that. So we're kind of combining everything together right now that we've been talking about for the last year on this channel. So I'll definitely link some videos below also, that for those of you who are new, or for those of you who are just getting this video off the algorithm, Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius is kind of like the energy of an algorithm. So I'm sure that we have a lot of new people here who are like, what's he talking about? This is definitely a video that's for like some of the returning subscribers. You guys definitely need to look at some context if you're kind of confused about what's coming up here, but I'll link some videos below for any of you who are new. And if you are new, do hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're seeing this on the first day of November 15th, I have a Patreon page and I'm doing a promotion for it. It's a free sign-up day on November 15th, but that will be over midnight PST on November 15th. I'm just kind of freestyling here. I'm already feeling this Aquarian energy coming in, and it's kind of funny to see how it changes up the tone of everything. But yes, November 18th, Capricorn Stellium. It's not over yet. We need to remember this. So even though as I'm like doing this reading and as I'm talking about what I'm perceiving, I'm already kind of wanting to jump ahead. I'm wanting to like embrace this Aquarian energy. I'm wanting to like wrap around that energy. And the thing is that it's not quite time yet. It's not timely. And maybe this is just me. Maybe it's like, since I do the readings, it kind of comes foreshadowing and thinking ahead. But let me know in the comments below, like, are you guys also kind of already feeling like outside of this Capricorn energy? So for instance, are you already feeling maybe very different than you had all year, like all the way up to October or November? Like, is there a sudden shift? Or do you guys still kind of feel the same that you've been feeling all year? Is it still that kind of, burdensome, heavy, unsure feeling, very responsibility oriented, very financially minded, very, traditionalist energy? Or are you starting to kind of feel a super freestyling, alchemical, more optimistic, more jovial, more, eccentric and innovative energy of Aquarius coming in? For me, I'm feeling a little bit of both, but I'm really interested to see how you guys are feeling. So definitely comment below on, how you're processing this transition time. I think it's really important on like November 18th to definitely set space aside for processing your context, for comprehending it. So this is the time, I think, where no longer do we need to be very confused about who we are, very confused about the path that we're on, very discouraged about the momentum that we've encountered. I think that this really final stellium of Capricorn energy that leads us into this huge new wave of Aquarian energy, I think that we have to place our reservations aside. I think that we have to place our prejudices and stigmas aside. And I think that even though traditions must be maintained in some senses, we don't want to destroy the advancements that we've made. There are some things I think that are weighing us down that we don't need to be weighing us down anymore. Aquarius is an air sign. Capricorn is an earth sign. Capricorn is much heavier and weighed down than the sign of Aquarius. So it would make sense to me during Scorpio season, during this incredible Capricorn stellium, that we are shedding weight. Okay, so shedding paranoia, shedding emotional wounds that will not let go, shedding a feeling of persecution, shedding a feeling of, feeling like you are squeezed or contracted or beholden or beneath certain power complexes. This is very important because Aquarius does not completely do away with the sense of hierarchy. Capricorn is like the sign of hierarchy. Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn, all three are. It's the build up to the 10th house. And then Aquarius, the beginning degrees of Aquarius still are. So we're not quite out of it now. But we need to understand that also Aquarius totally rebrands hierarchy, and it totally re-incentivizes, re-innovates, reforms, and does not do away with it. But by the end of Aquarius, it takes on a totally new tone, and it can become much less influential, I would say, the idea of hierarchy. I don't know that it goes away, but it does change for sure, as that's sort of like what Aquarian energy is about. So just a little bit of a dialogue about moving from Capricorn to Aquarius is that I think that whatever feeling of weight we have, it's a great time for like weight loss, a great time for detoxing, dieting, healthily, obviously, and any type of purification process of the body, because you can really let go of toxins. You can really let go of excess weight that you don't need there, not even just physically, but like emotionally. What's weighing you down, the things you can't sleep because of, the things that keep you up at night, the things that, make you uncoordinated or stutter or lose your train of thought. I think that the positive of this transit is there's a really coordinating aspect of it. Like you can really like heal out of a cycle of attention deficit. You could really heal out of a cycle of not being able to focus, not being able to get work done, not being able to time manage. That should have also been getting better over the last few months, but you should really be perhaps an incredible organizer or an incredible business person or an incredible, family person, like an incredible parent. Like parenthood is very emphasized right now. Parenting ourselves, for those of us who aren't like actual parents, parenting ourselves. But if you're a parent, definitely pay attention to your children, pay attention to their cycles as well. It's really important to be calm, reassuring, and to not be impatient with children right now. I could see a lot of damage done to family units with this energy if it's too strict or if it's too domineering or disciplinarian. Bad stuff could definitely take place. So it's all about the amount of patience that we have. Capricorn is also a sign of patience, and that's almost what that full stellium is saying to me also. Moon, adding the moon into it, the energy of the mother, the energy of nurture, the energy of emotions, says that we have to have an emotional patience with these overarching changes that we do see coming on. These overarching shifts in momentum must be seen with patience, understanding, and consideration to momentum also. So there will also be, with the linear progression-oriented nature of Capricorn, forward-moving cardinal energy, there'll be this kind of desire to just vacate or even abandon certain long-running structures of our lives. And we got to be really careful with this. I've actually been feeling this strongly, a sense of vacancy, a sense of ghost town, emptiness, empty houses, empty businesses. And we already see that manifesting, like, whoa, my brain. We're already seeing that, like there is a sense of vacancy. There is a sense of, just boarding up the windows and leaving things empty. That's very prevalent in the last parts of Capricorn. So we'll see once we get into the next few months if that carries over or not. I can't really say for sure. But again, relating this back to ourselves, how vacant are we feeling inside? Are we really inhabiting ourselves? Are we really enjoying the totality of our own embodiment? These are all important things to think about, and I think it's part and parcel of what we're going through collectively, with the sense of macro cosmic vacancy, the sense of emptiness at the level of the collective. It must be also in the individual as well. So time to really fill ourselves up, to really make sure we're eating enough. Are we deficient in nutrients? I think it's still perfect in this time with all this earth energy to heal the body, or to become more in alignment with your physical form and you're grounded, and how grounded you are, like how that is playing a role in your emotional tranquility. So much potential right now. Again, I would remember that the moon is debilitated in Capricorn, just to be simple. So watch out for forging emotional attachments. So anything like dating or falling in love, or having to maintain something that's no longer maintainable, always with moon in Capricorn, is important to think about. And, with all that Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, I could see like fatal attractions, or, fatal obsessions with certain ways of maintaining lifestyle, or anything like that. Should definitely be kept at arm's length, I think. And we have to start distancing ourselves just a bit from that sense of ambition that just does not let us let go of what we know is not serving us anymore. So on that note, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and conclude today's video. This is a trying time, and this is an important time. And I know, some of the messages are a little bit dark and gloomy, but it's Scorpio season with a Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, Moon conjunction in Capricorn. It's not that, it is a doom and gloom type of existential crisis energy. And for some people, super empowering and super, growth oriented also. Because to me, like, the combination of Scorpio and Capricorn is not only manifestation oriented, but it's like the perfect fertilized soil with the perfect amount of water, and it's like fertility also. It's the energy of fertility. So growth, so easy to have growth, to make the perfect garden, to make the perfect business, to make the perfect plan, can grow so good right now. So that's where we can find our positivity in this transit. And on that note, everyone, today, if you're getting this video today, November 15th, it is the free join day on Patreon. That is ending on midnight Pacific time, November 15th. So it will no longer be available. But if you're listening to this video after that period of time, you should still sign up for the Patreon page. It's so great. It gets such wonderful reviews and reactions. And I think that's because we've just really focused on making it a community effort, and on, consistency also. Every single Saturday in the morning, I come on and I talk about the week ahead. I do viewer requests. I post readings early and ad-free with extendeds, and there's other tiers as well. There's a benevolence monthly summary that I do also that is really wonderful. So be sure to jump over to Patreon and sign up. Even if you didn't get the free join day timing, you should come anyway, because it's great. And we're on Discord too. The Discord is totally free for those of you who want to sign up for the Discord. Although by being a member of Patreon, you get extra Discord status. So it's like, double value. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for being here. And live premieres are starting on November 20th, 6 p.m. PST. I am starting with a Saturn and astrology video. We're going to talk about every single Saturn sign, and we're going to talk about Saturn in general, because Saturn is great right now. Saturn's in its favorite sign of Capricorn, in advanced degrees, direct, so it's so timely to speak about the planet of time. And I will see you guys on November 20th at 6 p.m. Pacific time for that premiere. Be sure to mark your calendars and come and check it out. The live chats are so wonderful, and we're going to get through the rest of 2020 together, and I love you guys so much. Enjoy one of these last Capricorn stelliums that we've been having throughout this year, with the knowledge that we are coming through and it's all going to be okay, and we are almost done with that marathon. So I'll talk to you all soon. Much love. Bye.